Master's house. And of course we're going to proceed down there to the Ramblers. So we'll get going. So we've got the bridge behind us now. And we're going to head this way, past the building. And of course, that. So we'll go, because it'll take about 10 minutes to get back to the Ramblers Retreat now. Because obviously this is a private residence on the right hand side of me. So, and there's some snowdrops there as well. To see the snowdrops. Definitely a sign of spring. I'm looking back to the building, obviously the bridge. So 1965 was when this station closed, and it was opened, I think, in 1885 or something like that, 1884. So it's on Wikipedia. So yeah, 1965 was when it ended its complete service. So obviously the tracks will have been lifted, and obviously the trains removed. So that's basically Alton Station, just down there, which you can see the station master's house, the waiting room and the bridge, and obviously the two platforms. So we're going to walk through the platforms now, through the station, and back to the Ramblers Retreat, and then go up to Earl's Rock. So we've been here about an hour, and I've done a lot of footage so far, a lot of photographs. So I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I've done a few live streams as well, been up to the Chain Doke not long ago. Now decided to walk up to Alton Station, and I've obviously been on top of that bridge. Got some good footage of Alton Castle just to the other side. So when I upload those, you'll be able to check back on those if you've not already watched. But this is Alton Station just here. So I can zoom in so you can see it again. We've got the bridge, waiting room, and the station master's house, which is a private residence. We've got the building next door, which is a waiting room. You can apparently stay there occasionally. There's a website called landmarktrust.org.uk. I'll put the link in the description, and obviously you might be able to book your stay there. So this is of course the platforms for Alton Station. So this side was trains to Uttoxeter and Roaster, and this side is for Cheadle and Stoke-on-Trent, Leek, and probably Buxton as well. So it just gives you an idea really of the grand scale of you could have two tracks here, obviously one going that way and one going this way. Well, this is Alton Station in Staffordshire. Was renamed Alton Towers Station, obviously because the theme park is literally across the road. Because there is another station in Hampshire called Alton Station, so don't get confused with the two, because this one was called Alton Towers Station. It got renamed in the 50s and closed in 1965, I believe in July. So it wasn't even open 100 years, 80 years maximum. Well, there's another view of the station back down there. Absolutely fantastic. And the castle's on the hill, but you can't see it because of the trees. But I will put the videos on later on anyway for those that haven't been able to join the stream. At ColeSmith25 to subscribe. Lots more footage to come. We'll get to the Ramblers now and head up to Earl's Rock. And you'll get a good view of Alton Towers from up there. And it's a nice walk through the forest. It's amazing what you can accomplish in an hour, the amount of walking and videos you can do. So that's the end of the station just there. So that's the start of it there, or the end, whichever direction you want to go. So you just walk through it to the bridge, and then obviously you carry on to Denston, which is another 4 miles behind me. I obviously still need to have a go at that editing software, so whether I can do that with this I don't know, because it takes a lot of work and a lot of learning. Obviously it's good to be self-taught, but at the same time it's nice to have advice of other people. So any of you out there that can give advice on editing, I know Gordon can, who lives near me, but anybody else that can give advice on how to edit videos and put music in and pictures and things, please let me know in the comments or in the chat. I'd love to hear from you, love your help and support. Any websites or links, put them in as well. and your comments so I know where to look. So just stopping to reflect on where we've come from, to the station, the end. We're now going to proceed back to the Ramblers Retreat, which will take about 5 or 6 minutes. Obviously you can have a cup of tea and coffee there, you can have cake, you can use the toilet, you can obviously park your car there free of charge all day until 5 p.m. It may extend its opening times in the summer, but it's usually 5 o'clock in the evening when it's in the spring or late winter. It's really quiet down here. So it's nice just to be on your own, just talking to a camera, you could say. But I'm not talking into a camera really, I'm talking to you guys that are watching. So you can subscribe to my channel anytime at CarlSmith25. The channel's done very well in the last week. I'll obviously do a video later on that. And of course mention about the next series, which is coming up very, very soon. In fact, very, very soon. So stay tuned. There'll be lots of videos coming when I go on the cruise, which is coming up very soon, as I've said. That's the next series coming up. It's right on the doorstep now. And it'll be my first travel blog of 2025. And of course I'll plan another one for perhaps May or June, or both, depending on the money situation. But I will definitely be doing another travel blog before the autumn months, and definitely before the summer months. Because there is another series coming up later on in the year, which has already been booked and planned, but I'm not going to mention that on here just at this moment, because I'd rather wait just a few more months. But I will announce it in due course. So stay tuned at CarlSmith25 to subscribe. There he is. See what I mean about seeing things? There's a bunny. He's just hopping off. He's just gone behind that bush. So we've seen a rabbit. But yes, here's the River Churnet look. So we saw this from the bridge earlier on. But we've come to it from another angle. So wow. And I suppose you could walk across there if the river was really low. If you want to walk across the river, go to Dovedale, because you can walk across the stepping stones. This is the River Churnet, which leads to the River Dove. It's just so calm today. Wow. So we're going to head back up to the path now, and then head back to the Ramblers. We're not far away, so we'll get going. And I can see the rabbit still, he's hopping over there somewhere. I just saw him go behind that tree. Who knows what other wildlife we'll see. But anyway. So we're back onto the path now. Yeah, it's absolutely quiet as anything. It's fantastic. But yes, there'll be another series coming up later on in the year. But I'm not going to disclose what it is at the moment. I'll leave you guys watching in suspense for a few weeks. But there's obviously one coming up in a couple of weeks' time, just around. So there'll be some updates on that in the coming days. Plus as well, update on the channel over the last 7 days. So stay tuned for those videos. They'll be coming up either this evening or tomorrow. I'll have a lot of videos to offload tonight. It might take several hours to offload them off my phone, because obviously last week we went to the Who Zoo and there was over 600 photos and video, and it took 7 hours to get all the photos and videos synced to my iCloud. So, because I started it around 7 o'clock at night on the Tuesday last week, and it took till 2 in the morning on Wednesday to have them all synced to iCloud, and I thought it's a bit too late now to upload them to the channel. So I had to do them on the Wednesday. So there might not be as much work on this series, but again, we don't know, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to do it. But there won't be as much footage as last week, but there'll be quite a lot of videos. But the live streams can go on the channel a lot quicker than the normal ones, because obviously they're set to private, so they can be put on straight away while I'm doing the other ones. But obviously the cruise coming up, There's going to be a lot of footage on that, a lot of photographs, a lot of selfies, a lot of panoramas, and several live streams. So those ones can be put on. I may do it where I put the live streams on the channel before I upload the other videos, but I do like to do things in order. I'm one of those people that likes to do things in order. It's not about having OCD or whatever disorder you want to call it, but I like things to be in order. It's always nice to watch a film in order rather than from back to front. You want to watch it front to back. So that's how I like to do it with my videos. Because the obvious videos I'll be putting on first when I go on this cruise will be obviously when I leave the house, when I get to the airport, when I'm going to the terminal to ask about the check-in opening, when I'm going to the hotel, when I'm in the room, and obviously getting to the point where we're boarding the plane. So I like to do things in order, you know what I mean? And then put the live streams on as well as I go. But you can set it so that it puts them on in order because you can shuffle the playlist. But it is a lot of work. And it was just the same using the software. But anyway, we're now back at the bridge where we were at the start of this walk, which takes you back to the Ramblers, and of course the Chained Oak is to the right of us up there. So the bridge is just in front now. You can just see it if I zoom in. So we're going to head back onto that path now and head up to the other side of Dimmingsdale, and that takes you back to the station where we've just come from. I'll end this live stream and I'll do the next one when we get to the pond.